What is going on YouTube? MACS back with a brand new video for you guys today. And today I'm gonna try my best to basically cram everything that I think about all these three devices, right? I'm trying to make it as short as possible, but this might be a long video. I just want to sit down with you guys and talk to you guys about what my experience has been using all these three products from Google, their ecosystem, their big three, and how I think they stack up against Samsung's and Apple's, in my opinion, right? I've used Samsung's ecosystem and I've used Apple's. Now, obviously, I'm not going to include smart speakers or smart thermostats or anything like that. This is just your daily driver big three, right? The things that can be on your wrist, in your pocket, and in your other pocket. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, I did make videos on all these devices separately. I reviewed the Buds Pro, the 7 Pro, and the Pixel Watch on their own. But I decided since 2022 is gone and we're up and going with 2023 and all the tech that's coming this year with the S23 Ultra or S23 series coming out recently last week, and the OnePlus 11 was just announced, or will be announced, sorry. Just decided to just give you my thoughts on what Google is right now and what I think they can improve on and what I think they're doing perfectly fine, So for the parts where I think they're doing perfectly fine are the buds and the phone. The buds and the phone to me are just chef's kiss. Like these two things are phenomenal, and I cannot recommend them enough. Obviously, the Pixel 7 Pros, they're higher end phone, but if you can get your hands on the Pixel 6, even a 6A or a 7, those phones are just so easy to use, so simple, and just so straight to the point, and just it's just so easy to just recommend, right? You can recommend many Samsung phones because a lot of Samsung phones have a lot going on, and if you don't know what you're doing, it kind of like overwhelms you. But I feel like for people that aren't into tech so much or that they don't really care about the biggest and baddest specs, I think these two things are just phenomenal, right? So obviously, the Pixel Buds to me are one of the most comfortable earbuds you can get out there, right? Just the look, the size, the way they fit in my ear, the way they sound, so easy to use, so pocketable. Like I love this case. I love this case. It's not the smallest case out there, but it's not big by any means. I mean, I can fit this in my coin pocket of my jeans, and just go around my day like that. I don't have to waste a whole other pocket just on my earbuds. Like, for example, like a Nothing Ear One, right? The case on those buds is amazing, but it's just a big case, and it's kind of like I don't really want to carry that around all the time. So very pocketable. The shape makes it even more pocketable. The hinge on it, the way it closes and opens, I love that. This is one of my favorite cases on any earbud, to be honest with you. And just like the matte design, the matte color, the matte black on the inside, the fog color on these I think is pretty nice. Obviously, they have them in different colors, but I think the fog kind of matches the Hazel product line pretty well. Pretty fantastic. Not the best sounding earbuds out there, but they sound pretty great, and noise cancellation is pretty good as well. I think pretty good is going to be a trend here. Pretty good is kind of like what Google is good at. Pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. So yeah, obviously wireless charging as well, USB Type-C charging as well. You can reverse wireless charge on the back of your phone, on your Pixel. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know. There's not much else to say about the buds other than they're a easy everyday carry earbud. Even if you don't have a Pixel phone or anything like that, even if you have an iPhone, I would recommend these. These are so good. Anyways, going to the Pixel, this thing has obviously topped a lot of people's top phone of the year list in 2022 from the design, which I think is phenomenal. I kind of wish I had gotten the white version instead of the Hazel, but that's neither here or there. But I do have a white phone coming in, so stay tuned for that. And I'll be going into a different ecosystem pretty soon here. But anyways, that's neither here or there. Pretty nice and clean design, obviously. The camera bar, now full aluminum. It does tend to pick up scratches kind of easy. I don't know if you can see there. That's the only kind of negative of it. I wish it was like matte aluminum, like the Pixel 7. feel like that would be more durable. But like this, just I mean, the glossy just I don't know. It's we need to get over the glossy, right? Like the OnePlus 11 is gonna come out soon, and that green OnePlus 11 has a glossy back, and it's just I don't like it. You know, if you can make everything matte, I'd be so happy with that. You know. Anyways, but it's still a very nice looking phone. Obviously, you get a nice big display, 6.7 inches. Shout out to my model, my wallpaper, my son. 6.7 inch display, 120 hertz. Phenomenal cameras, great zoom, great selfie camera as well. I mean, if you're trying to just get the phone with the best camera for photos, the 7 Pro is the way to do it. Obviously, the Pixel 6a won MKBHD's camera award for the year 2022, but the 7 and the 7 Pro was the runner up. So, can recommend this phone for the cameras enough. Battery leaves a little bit to be desired, obviously. Not the best battery champ out there, but it'll last me the day and stuff. Not a huge deal. It doesn't have the fastest charging out there. It tops up at 30-watt charging, which is still decently fast, but it's not super fast. Like, I think the OnePlus 11 is going to come out with like an 80-watt charger, I think, or something like that, which is insane for a US phone, especially. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to complain about the Pixel 7 Pro. Software's been reliable. Haven't had any crazy bugs or anything like bad happen to me. I've had this one thing where like I'll be scrolling on my phone doing whatever, like on social media, and then it'll just freeze. The phone will just freeze, and I can't do anything. I can't turn it off. I can't put it to sleep. I can't hard reset it or anything. It just freezes, and then after a while, it just kind of resets itself. Like it turns off and it turns back on, and it's weird. Hopefully the February update kind of fixes that bug, but I don't think I have seen people talk about that recently, so just thought I'd throw that in there. But besides that, I haven't really experienced any sort of bugs, any slowdown. The Tensor 2 chip on here has been phenomenal, super fast, super smooth. Obviously, animations on this thing are crazy smooth. Coming from like a Samsung phone, you will notice the difference between the animations, right? Just how Google software works and how, you know what I mean? Like just you're going with the Pixel for software and smoothness, right? So you're not coming to a Pixel thinking you're gonna get a powerhouse phone, because this is definitely not gonna be your powerhouse phone. That will be maybe the phone that I'll be getting soon here, but honestly, for the price that it even launched at which was $900, was phenomenal. I mean, undercut every other device out there, every other flagship anyway, like the S22 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro. I mean, 14 Pro, and still undercuts the new S23 Ultra as well. So, and it's always on sale. It's always like under $800. I feel like so. If you can stack this up for under $800, you cannot go wrong with this phone, guys. This is phenomenal. I can't recommend it enough. But maybe do get the white version because I don't know. This hazel's kind of outgrowing on me. I kind of bought it just because it was a different color. I always get black phones, so I just figured I would try this. But I don't know. I mean, it's a nice color. Don't get me wrong. It's a very nice color, but I think white is the way to go with the 7 Pro. So those were like the big positives I feel like from 2022 from Google as far as their big three. The Pixel Watch is another positive. Don't get me wrong. If you watch my review of it, I really love the watch, but it's not. I don't think it lives up to what the Pixel Buds Pro and the Pixel 7 Pro are. If they had like a Pixel Watch Pro, I mean that'd be great. It's just so obviously the design leaves you nothing to be desired, right? This design is so nice. This is the best looking smartwatch out there, in my opinion. From the stainless steel to the dome glass shape, to the way the bands connect and the way the bands look on the watch. I think it's just phenomenal. I do wish it was bigger. This is only a one size watch, 41 millimeters. It's a little bit small. Now, let me just put it on here for you guys, just so you guys can see. So I don't have the biggest wrist in the world, so it doesn't look super bad on me, but I do like bigger watches. I did post a picture of me wearing it on Twitter, and some guy said it looked like a woman's watch, which I was like, okay, dude, whatever. I like the way it looks, right? I like the way it looks. But I just wish it was bigger. Like imagine this in a bigger 44 millimeter like version of it. That'd be insane. Like that would be watch of the year, honestly. Obviously smaller size, smaller battery, not the best battery out there by any means. Like I said in my review, the most I could get out of it maybe 18 hours of use before I have to charge it. Not the biggest deal in the world if you're not into like doing a lot of fitness, if you're not into a lot of notifications and not using your watch for GPS or voice calls and stuff like that. But if you're heavy on your smartwatch and you use that a lot, it is kind of hard to recommend. It is just because of the battery life. The size of the watch isn't super. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but they couldn't fit a big enough battery in here. You know, to last the actual 24 hours that people say they're getting, right? For me anyway. And I don't think I use my watch heavy, to be honest with you. I see a lot of people on Twitter that use it and have had it go over 24 hours, which is, I mean, fantastic for you guys. But for me, I don't feel like I use it too much, but I use it for, your smartwatch stuff, right? To check your steps, to reply to messages here and there, media controls, stuff like that. Obviously, I probably should use it more for fitness, which I haven't, because I should really start working out again. But that's neither here or there. But yeah, just battery leaves a lot to be desired. But overall, the design of it is just so clean. It does blend in pretty well with the Pixel 7 Pro and the aesthetic of the Pixel Buds Pro, obviously. Especially if you get the matching colors in the hazel here. Which I do think the silver Pixel Watch looks so good. I think that watch looks ridiculously good. But besides that, also the speaker on this isn't the best. It was really hard for me to use it as a speakerphone. If I was in a quiet room by myself or whatever, then that's fine. But when you're out, even in the street, going for a run or whatever, you pick up a call on your watch. It's not the loudest, it's not the clearest. It's a little bit teeny. And I have had complaints of people not being able to hear me too well from the watch. And that's something I never had with the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra that I had. That speaker was loud and people could hear me perfectly fine. So I don't know if maybe it's like a software thing with the microphone or something like that. But definitely the speaker's not loud enough for me. Also, that's another concern too. If they had a bigger watch, could probably fit a bigger speaker and a bigger battery. And those two things would have been no issue to me, right? If those things were here, bigger watch, bigger battery, this would be my watch of the year. And an easy recommendation. But this is really not the easy recommendation like the Pixel phone and the Pixel Buds are. It does leave you with a little bit of like, man, I wish you were better. It kind of makes you feel like that way. So with that being said though, guys, overall, if you're a Google fanboy and you're all in on Google and you're in on stock Android and you're like, and you say, I'm not going to use a Samsung Galaxy Watch at all. Just no way. Obviously, pick up the Pixel Watch. You'll make it work. I mean, I've been making it work as far as charging goes, and it's been perfectly fine. I just wish I didn't have to worry about the battery so much. I do get battery anxiety, so it's kind of like, But other than that, though, I mean, for the first ever Big 3 for Google, I think they did a pretty great job. Obviously next year will be better. I really hope next year they have a bigger watch. I really hope I really hope that they improve the design of the Pixel 7 Pro next year with the 8 Pro. Just go matte, Google. Please just go matte. Matte back. Matte camera bar. Just everything matte. We don't need gloss. This is too much sometimes, That's why people like using cases and skins because they don't like... It looks dirty. I mean, look at that. It already has fingerprints and everything. Anyway, that's neither here or there. That's besides the point. Anyways, those are my thoughts really on all these three things, guys, and what I think Google did right and what I think Google did wrong with their products in 2022. I'm really rooting for them. I really hope they really improve on everything here. They really did a great job with these two right here, but Pixel Watch does need some work. But it's a first-gen product, so be that as it may, I just hope it's better this year. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next one.